In this video, I will explain how to calculate the yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond. So there's a couple definitions that we should know before we get too far. When we say yield to maturity, we're talking about a bond's overall rate of return when purchased at a market price and held until maturity. And a zero coupon bond is a bond that doesn't make coupon payments, or in other words, it doesn't make interest payments. So most bonds will make payments semi-annually, so twice per year, they'll pay you a certain amount of interest. But zero coupon bonds don't do that, hence the name zero coupons. Instead, an investor buys the bond at a discount to the face value, or the issue price, and the return comes from the investor redeeming the bond at face value at maturity. So the formula that you can use to calculate the yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond is this formula right here. We take the future value and divide it by the purchase price, then we raise that to 1 divided by n, where n is the number of years to maturity. And then lastly, we subtract 1. So let's take a look at an example of how to use this formula. It says you purchase a zero coupon bond for $950 that has a future value of $1,000 that matures in 4 years. Calculate the yield to maturity. So the yield to maturity, let's abbreviate it as YTM, of this zero coupon bond is going to be the future value. So the future value is $1,000. So we'll say $1,000 divided by the purchase price. So we're purchasing this for $950. So that will be our purchase price. And then we're raising this to the power of 1 divided by n, where n is the number of years to maturity. So we're told that this bond matures in 4 years. So we'll say 1 divided by 4. And then lastly, we subtract 1. So if you punch this into a calculator, you get this inner portion of the parentheses comes this long decimal, and then we're raising that to the power of 0.25, which is the same as 1/4 as a decimal. So if you punch that into a calculator, here's what you get. It turns out to be 1.0129, and then we still subtract 1. So when we subtract 1, we get 0.0129. Or as a percentage, we can just move the decimal point twice to the right. So that's equal to 1.29%. So this is our yield to maturity for this bond that we bought for $950 that has a future value of $1,000 that matures in 4 years.